Imagine getting on a plane. Like, you go through the airport, you check in your bag, you go through security, maybe you grab a sandwich from the shop. You go and check your ticket, you walk down the air carriage, and as you're getting on the plane, instead of turning right and going and finding your seat, instead you turned left and you walk into the cockpit with a big fat grin on your face, and getting slightly too close to the pilot, you look at them and you say, "All right, mate, can I fly the plane today?"
Why, oh 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 why, why, oh why, oh why, oh why, oh.
Why is it that us musicians are one of the only professions where people want to do your job for you whilst you're doing it? Why is that? The optimistic end to that scenario is that the pilot shakes your hand, gives you a smile, and sends you back to your seat to get on with the flight. When you're in that scenario as a musician, well, there's a few ways to handle it. A few different ways, a few different outcomes. We've all seen videos of our favourite artists have stage invasions and people jump up and they sing on the mic. Sometimes with good intentions, sometimes not so. And the same can be said for when we're playing in the street or playing in pubs and bars ourselves. There is an element to being a musician, especially a solo musician, that we'll call crowd control. You have to learn to say no. You have to learn when it is appropriate to let someone join in and when it's not. And you have to learn how to turn them away in the situations when it's not appropriate and you don't want company on the microphone. So that's what this video will be about. Now, although crowd control, as we'll call it, is something that I think really comes with experience of doing this a lot, there are some techniques you can use that I feel like I've developed over the years that I will share in this video and hopefully help you out when you're confronted with that awkward situation when someone's determined to join in with what it is you're doing, whether you're busking or at a gig. Also, welcome to Bury St Edmunds for the second time ever. Very nice place. I think I'm going to busk here in this square, but I've only ever played here once before, so I'm not sure if it's a good spot or not. So I think a good place to start when it comes to learning to say no or deciding whether you're going to let someone join in is to go through the reasons why. Why might someone want to join in with you when you're doing your thing as a musician? Psychology. It's by figuring out why someone might approach you and want to join in that you can really assess what to do in this situation. And I think there's three main reasons why. Three main reasons why someone might want to join in with what you're doing. Feels very strange being back in Bury, especially because the last time I was here was over 2 years ago. I was at a very different stage in this journey when I was here last. It's funny how with time everything can change but nothing can change at the same time.
I lost my rhythm, I think I lost my groove, I think I lost the melody, I'm caught up in the blues. Keep falling out of time, I keep running out of rhymes, I keep falling out with you. I think we lost our rhythm.
So the first reason why someone might want to join in, the first reason I think people come over, in general, the reason people come over is usually because they're craving a bit of interaction. Most people are really friendly, right? almost all people are really friendly. I genuinely believe that almost all people that approach you when you're playing music are doing it with the best intentions. They're not meaning any harm. Even if they seem slightly aggressive, I don't think they're really coming from that place because of you. That's probably other issues that are causing that.
Regular and discerning. No, I can't hear you anymore. It's too loud in my mind. Na na na. Just tap through my fingers.
So someone comes over to you and they say, look, can I join in? Can I play this song? Usually it starts with them asking if you know a certain song. And if you do know it, then they sometimes ask, can I sing it? I find with these people, the best approach is just to engage them in a conversation. Ask them about the song. Ask them about the artist that the song's by. Indulge them in the conversation. And you quite often find that these people, after a while, start to get the picture that you're not going to play the song with them. Maybe you'll play the song for them and they can sing along, not on your microphone.
No, I can't hear you anymore. It's too loud in my mind. Na 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 na.
You might have to tell them and be explicit and be slightly firm with them. You might have to say, look, I can't let you on the microphone, but if you want to sing along, feel free. Keep it lighthearted, keep smiling, make sure you've got a nice open body language. Let them know that you're being friendly, you're not being dismissive of them. You're just a professional trying to get on with your job.
Oh, I wanna sing for you. Fabi's football in 4/4 time. The metronome to my mind, yeah.
In his book, The Power of a Positive No, William Ury says, the other often prefers a clear answer, even if it's a no, rather than continued indecision and waffling. The folk that come over seeking interaction, they might ask you to join in, but deep down, really all they want is a conversation. They want to be seen. So let them know you see them and that you hear them. But do give them a clear no if them joining in is something you deem inappropriate. The folk that fit into this category, 99% of the time they're going to understand. They're just going to enjoy the fact that you gave them a conversation. The second main reason I think people want to join in is because they want attention. When you're playing in the street or you're playing in a pub or a bar, there are a lot of what you might call alpha characters around. Most of these, again, I think have the best intentions. They're usually quite friendly people when you get talking to them. But at first glance, I don't know if they like the idea that you're getting the attention because you're the one that's loudest. You're the one playing the music. You're the one that everyone's looking at.
Na 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 da da. Oh, remember when we tried to catch a fish? We had nothing but a piece of line attached to a stick. We dipped it in the river, waited hours for a bite. Still waiting and catch that fish.
They see you as an opportunity to have the attention back in their spotlight. This is typically the category that the drunk person falls in, I find. Alcohol is an ego drug. It makes us a I, me, myself. Drunk people tend to forget that there is anyone else in the world but them. It's just a trait of the drug, and therefore they usually want attention.
And at the time we hated it, we always complained that we were wasting our time, always wasting our time here.
But again, you can spin this to your advantage, because when somebody wants attention, you can give them attention without having to let them sing. Again, indulge them in a conversation. Maybe play a little riff of a song they know so they can sing a little bit. But again, be firm. Make sure you tell them, you can't sing on the microphone, I'm sorry. No, you can't play my guitar.
Da, 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 da. used to go to school.
Try not to get aggressive, meet them with compassion. Again, nice open body language, keep smiling. There is no need to get aggressive. Even if they get aggressive, don't meet that aggression.
Oh, those classes always were so slow. And at the time we hated it. We was complaining we were wasting our time. Always wasting our time. Yeah.
In Radical Candor, which is a great name for a book, by the way, Kim Scott says, being clear is kind, unclear is unkind. It's fully possible to be firm, clear, and assertive of your boundary without having to get annoyed or aggressive. I always say, think about how you might treat a 3-year-old. You're not gonna get angry at a 3-year-old and start effing and blind. But you do have to assert yourself to a 3-year-old sometimes and set the boundary.
Remember all the things we said we'd regret. To release now, I can't forget. Didn't realize until we left how much fun we had back then, yeah.
Folk who want attention can have it. They can fully have it. And you can provide it for them without having to break the positive energy. The energy, after all, is the most sacred thing to any music performance.
Now I'm always waiting on that fish, yeah. Friend, we meet all from now on. Lost communication between jobs, between girls, but now I'm sat here in my room, looking for something to do, remembering time well spent when I was wasting it with time well spent, wasting it with friends.
The third and final reason somebody might want to join in with you is because they're legit. They're an actual musician. I think you can always tell when this scenario occurs because typically the person hasn't asked you straight away. Usually you get into a good conversation, you get a good vibe, you get a good feel for each other.
My kind of morning, now as the rest of the world is yawning, we'll walk on by. Like a fire in the marshes that the birds have in the palms.
When you realise they're a musician, they tell you you're a musician, and you can kind of see a burning desire in their eyes to maybe play something or maybe show you something. And this is where the decision's kind of up to you. If you're at the end of your set and you're really tired and you know you'd rather just play a couple of songs and pack up, then you can just tell them no. Or you might not know the song that they specifically want to sing. Some musicians, myself included, don't always like other musicians playing their instruments. I don't know why. I mean, I've got some very spiritual beliefs about the wood of guitars and the energy that goes into them. Some musicians I make an exception for, but if you're one of those musicians that don't like people playing your instrument, then just tell the other musician. Be honest with them. I think in this scenario, the musician is very likely to respect and understand why you don't want them to join in on this particular occasion.
Up in the palms, one day this will be a story, so let's try to make it last, yeah. So many more days, now as the rest of the world come calling, we'll walk on by, yeah, 'cause in the worst.
Natalie Lou, in her book, The Joy of Saying No, she says when we avoid saying no, we're essentially saying yes to something that doesn't work for us. A fellow musician is going to respect your decision. If they don't, then, well, they're not really abiding to the musician's code of conduct. I think this is the category of folk that might ask to join in where you might want to actually say yes. There's no shortage of viral videos of where this has happened. But again, it's about prioritizing the performance, the energy, and your own values.
Like a fire in the marshes, like the dead time in the palms. One day this will be a story, so let's try to make it last, yeah. It's only so many mornings, now as the rest of the world come calling, we'll walk on by. 'Cause in the worst of times you will find.
So there are our 3 categories of why someone might want to join in. And using these, we can assess the situation and decide what our next steps might be.
Yeah.
Going very well here in Bury St Edmunds, I must admit. Like, really well. No one's asked to join in, but I don't know if I've already said this, it is a very rare occasion. I don't get it very often. It's sort of a once in a blue moon type scenario, but it's good when it does happen because it teaches you something. It teaches you how to say no. It teaches you to stand your ground, but in a friendly and firm way. And it also, sometimes you say yes, and a magic moment occurs. So.
Escape the riot shit when a factory becomes a home, and inside the machine is all that you know. You'll be spending your savings on writing your bucket list. Yeah. Oh, a universe from nothing.
I'll now attempt to give you some techniques of saying no to a request of joining in the most friendly way possible that doesn't sacrifice any energy, but also keeps everything kind, compassionate, and calm.
And inside the machine is all that you know. That's how you will need to hold. Where you fall in line instead of taking that time, you'll be spending your savings or writing your bucket list.
Hopefully I've been able to edit this video somewhat comprehensively. The combination of the cold, combination of how well this busk is going, and some other factors are meaning that I haven't filmed anywhere near as much as I usually do. But here's my top 10 ways to deal with people that want to join in when perhaps you're not so keen to let them join in.
You and I right back out here writing your bucket list. Yeah. Yeah. Nah.
Number 1, keep smiling. Just keep smiling. Just wear a smile. Just wear a smile. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the conversation's going on. Just keep smiling. Maintain the positive energy.
This factory is not my home. Inside the machine.
Number 2, keep your body language open. No crossing your arms, no crossing your fingers, no screwing up your face. Remain open.
Too many places to go. I'll be spending all my time.
Don't use any foul language. No profanities. You don't want to get aggressive, even if the other person is. You've got to maintain the good energy because you've got to remember that you're here to busk. You're here to put good energy out. You can't do that if you're seen by other members of the public to be getting negative. Don't absorb the other person's energy. Number 4, conversation, conversation, conversation. Ask questions, be friendly. Try and establish why this person might want to join in, especially if they're being very adamant that they want to sing the song. Most of the time I find people don't really want to join in, they just wanted some interaction or attention, as said before.
So, well, don't get lonely now. 'Cause I'm trying to do that.
Number 5, be completely honest. If you don't want somebody touching your instrument, just tell them that it's a precious instrument that you don't like other people play it. If you're worried about someone going on your microphone, tell them how much spit of yours is inside that microphone because you use it 4 days a week. That might put them off.
'Cause she knew that I'd be found when I come around. Oh.
Number 6, if you can, keep playing your instrument. I often try to keep playing my guitar. I mean, as a guitarist, it's very hard not to play guitar when it's in your hands. But I do find that if you really try and keep playing, and even try and go into the song that you're about to play, it can put people off if you don't want them to be, you know, trying to join in.
Oh, you're right. Not time to search your world around.
Number 7, use the word no. Use it. You can always follow it up with an apology, even if you don't really mean the apology. You know, no, sorry, I can't today, I'm on limited time. No, sorry, I don't know the song well enough. Use the word no. Make sure you're being firm and giving them a real answer. Number 8. Do not, whatever you do, get mad. You aren't the person that should be getting mad. You've got to main positivity. That's why you're here in the first place. I like to say, treat the other person as if they were a 3-year-old. You don't get mega angry at a 3-year-old kid, even when they're really acting up. A 3-year-old kid, you're firm, you tell them exactly what you want to tell them, but in a nice, polite and assertive way. You keep kind, you keep compassionate. You do not get mad. When I come around, Number 9, give them a compelling reason as to why you don't want them to join in, or they shouldn't join in. Like I said, there's plenty of spit on my microphone. I usually try and tell people that if they want to use it, I wouldn't go near it. I don't clean it, it's gross. Maybe I should clean my microphone. But also tell them that you don't know the song, or that you've got somewhere to be after this and you just want to get on with your day. No offense, sorry, I'll play you the song, you can sing along if you want it, but just not on my microphone.
Remember busking down on Brighton Beach, summer afternoon in the August heat, oh man. Woo! We had to make it work, oh no, no.
Number 10, laugh it off. Laugh it off. If something bad does happen and it gets a little aggressive and it's not the nicest of scenarios, have a laugh. Shake it off. You've got a bust to do. You're here to do a job. If you're at a gig, you've got to carry on with that gig. Just make sure you don't ruin your overall busk for a moment, you know, a moment that's gone wrong. I find with a lot of these things, if somebody barges into you and they want to sing into the mic, they'll shout a few words and then they usually run off anyway. These things never last very long.
If you know what people do on this makeshift venue, it means so much to me. Oh, yeah.
At very, very worst, I'd say turn your gear off. Just turn your amp off. Make it very clear that they can't go near it. Again, keep smiling as you're doing all this. Don't get mad at them. Keep all of those things going on. But at very worst, you can just do that. Tell them you're packing up.
When I think about it now, how it's worked out continues to work itself all out. Oh, the sky to the music of the street, the funeral people do on this makeshift venue, it means so much to me. And oh, the sky to those who understand the magic of what people do on this makeshift venue that made me who I am. And oh, my sore fingers and that sharp manager, she got so mad that ships for free the community. It means so much to me. Now there's nowhere I would rather be. Oh, the sky to the music of the street.
Kindness and compassion will always win. Always. And I think that's the point I'm trying to get across in this video. There are some exceptions. You know, there's emergency moments that could occur. In the 4 years, almost 4 years I've been doing this, I've never had one. So I would say they're far and few between. But on the whole, you've got to be the one that stays positive. You've got to be the one that keeps smiling. No matter what comes your way. For what is life? For what is life without some optimism? That is sometimes easier said than done, especially when you can't feel your feet anymore. As soon as those temperatures are close to 0, things get a bit gnarly, man. But it was £108 and 3p, so nothing to turn your nose up. And loads of friendly people. Bury St Edmunds is a great place, man, great place. I'm not sure about that foggy smoke coming out of that chimney though. That can't be good for your lungs. Right, I'm gonna hand you over to future me, who hopefully took care of this video. Over to future me. I'm not gonna lie, this was quite a difficult subject to tackle for some reason, but I guess the overall message isn't one that's too difficult to understand. Kindness, compassion, and remaining calm enough to understand the situation that is unfolding. Don't react too fast. And I also don't want it to come across like I never want anyone to join in with what it is I'm doing. Some of the most magical moments are those spontaneous street jams, or when somebody decides to grab the mic off you when you're halfway through the gig because they just can't help themselves and sing it. I've had some incredible moments happen. It's just about assessing when that is appropriate, and then how to take action when you know it's not, without losing the energy. Hopefully I've given you something to work with here. Okay, first thing I need to tell you, I have put together some tour posters so you know where I'm gonna be this year. If you don't know already, I am playing on the Wonders of Our Universe tour, which is touring the UK all year. I have made a little poster here on the screen for the January and February dates. This is where I'll be. You can find tickets on this link here. It's also linked in the description. You might have noticed that there are some dates, empty dates on this tour poster that I am trying to fill. As said previously in last week's video, I'm trying to book some headline shows this year, and I'm trying to do it in amongst the tour dates that I'm already doing with Wonders of Our Universe. And I need your help. I'd like to fill these dates. So if you know a venue or a pub or a bar or just some kind of event space, or maybe even you're somebody that puts those kind of things on, then get in contact with me and let's make this happen. That would be rad. Second thing is my album is available from my shop, from my website. You can get one of these CDs sent to you directly, and you can get a digital download. If you get a CD, you also get a digital download. This is the only way you can get my music, other than the 3 tracks I have up on the streaming platforms. There's 10 tracks on here, so that's 7 tracks you're missing out on. If you're interested, you know what to do. Thank you for watching this video, first video of 2025, Happy New Year and all that. Give it a like if you liked it, subscribe if you're new around here. We could very well be on 5,000 by the time this is up, but if not, we're very close, so 5k subs, madness. If you wish to leave me an online donation, you can use the super thanks button. And if you're feeling more committed, then I do have a Patreon page where you can give me a monthly donation in return for some exclusive content. Thank you so much for watching once again. I'm August Radio Project and I make videos every Monday, every single Monday. Until the next one, peace, love, and happiness.